The US 1 corridor has deteriorated. What ideas do you have to encourage business and improve the appearance of this road? And specifically, our board has talked about this, our members talked about this, the car lots. You count how many car lots there are from about 2 miles up the road from Dunlawton to the bridge. There's a lot. I can't remember how many I counted the last time, but there is a bunch of used car lots. So, appearance and encouraging businesses.
I think the US 1 corridor is very important to be revitalized. This used to be the core of Port Orange. I mean, and to see the Counts Western Wear take down the Indian out front broke my heart. I'd still like to see it put back there even though there's nothing there. We need to, as a city, we need to encourage these businesses to come down here and, again, not any more car lots as far as the zoning issue. We need to curtail the zoning so we're not putting so many car lots one after another after another. But encouraging businesses the best possible way we can with incentives through our city is very important, and the revitalization of the Riverwalk project and getting that off the ground and making that area viable again is very important. But I think that all of the US 1 corridor is very important, and we need to do everything we can to encourage and bring businesses back to our area.
Port Orange Council, in its wisdom, has spent millions on beautifying Dunlawton. Now, you will drive up there today and you say you don't see millions. Well, you don't, because it's tore back out. We plant it, we don't maintain it, and then we tear it back out when it fails. But we are spending buku dollars on Dunlawton. We're not spending anything down here in this neck of the woods. Now, you talk about beautification of these businesses. That is a sticky wicket in that the business owners do have property rights. We can't come in and start mandating to those people after the fact. But the city itself can certainly spend its money more equitably than it is. It's Dunlawton, 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 Dunlawton. I would advocate spending money down in this area to help with beautification in the right-of-way and on those businesses that would agree. Now, the formulas, the rebating, all of that would need to be worked out. But in concept, would I support spending money down here? Absolutely, only because I dislike inequity. And that's exactly what we have going on in Dunlawton. Now, you ask about attracting businesses to this area. I believe we should actively court the type businesses that will not add to our problems down here. And the one that comes to mind is ALFs, assisted living facilities. They're clean, they're quiet, they don't cause problems, they don't bring crime. They would be a wonderful asset in terms of redeveloping this corridor down here. Now, the city is not actively courting ALFs in this area. We get 2 or 3 times a year, ALFs will come to the city and they'll ask for city support, largely so they can tie in to federal funding. The feds want to see evidence of local support. But rather than entertain those applications on Herbert Street, which must be one of the most congested roads in the city, or on their buddies' land throughout the city, I would encourage it to be done down here on US 1. Thank you.
I need you to repeat the question.
US 1 corridor has deteriorated. What ideas do you have?
Investment in US 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure that it's been a while since I heard the question. When you look out here right now, and you do see a lot of car lots. I think I've done my share in trying to reduce a couple of cars from a couple of those car lots, but unfortunately that usually comes with a car payment too. What you've seen here, when in 1999, Allendale and Harbor Oaks, when it was incorporated into the city, one of the mistakes that we made was that we took in the existing code as it existed in the county. We do not do code enforcement in this part of the city the same way we do the rest of it because of the way it was grandfathered in at the time. It might have helped convince a lot of people that, yeah, let's come into the city, we don't want to lose our small small town charm as we come into the city of Port Orange. And it was a great selling point at the time, but that's a time that I think has come and passed. I think we need to sunset most of the old codes, the way we do code enforcement in this part of the city, because there's things that go on down here we'd never let go on in other parts of the city. And I think that's a shame. Some of that is just the application when a code enforcement drives through an older part of the city and they become blind to that. Some of that is application of making sure that we rotate our code officers till we get fresh sets of eyes coming through, because I know we have good code officers and they'll do what they're told to do and they'll react to what they see. So there's things that we can do from a management standpoint. As far as investing in US 1, we've done a fair amount of that. We put conduit when the road was redone in certain spots, so that at some point when we execute the Ridgewood Corridor plan, that we can do some landscape improvements and the like. Some of this is, let's be honest, it's easy to sit here and say I want to invest in Ridgewood Avenue. It's not easy to do if you're an artist and you're starting with a blank slate, which we've done on the west part of the town the last 20 years. It's a lot easier when the canvas is blank than when it's filled up and there are a lot of properties that don't necessarily conform to the way you do things now. Size of properties with drainage and the like. There are things that we have to do down here. The city has been slowly acquiring some of the troubled hotels on the stretch and taking them down. We've made that investment. Some of those will become either parks or drainage or off-site, so that we don't have a large investor come in and say, I can't build here because the lot's too small. We can do off-site drainage so that they can properly invest in this part of the city. So we've done some things. It's a slow process, and when the wheel gets spinning, any wheel that gets spinning always starts slow as you build momentum. That's what we're trying to do right now. So anybody that says we haven't invested money down here, I think that they're off base. If you can tell me that we haven't invested enough money down here, I'd agree with that. Guilty as charged. We need to do more.